Assalamu alaikum everyone. Geography subject. Today we are going to learn distributional maps. What are the maps? Maps, they are used to locate a place and distribution of variables. Variable means like population, animals, etc. These maps, which are used for a special theme purpose, they are called as thematic maps also. Through such maps, distribution of variables such as temperature, rainfall, population, etc. is shown and explained, bringing out the pattern in distribution, how they are distributed in a particular area. We can come to know in the maps. To draw such distributional map, we need statistical data of the variable, which is done through survey. Distributional maps are of three types. Dot method. It is here we use dots like tiger population. Choropleth method we used color shades, and isopleth method we used linings having same value. In dot method, which is prepared through statistical data gathered through counting, and dot represent value of a particular variables such as population, cattle, etc., which is freely scattered throughout the region, like population in an area. So dot can represent how much the population is distributed in an area. Dot has a particular value, highest and lowest in a variables, which have to be considered. The bigger dot represent bigger value, the smaller dot represent smaller value. First, the number of dots to be given for the value of each variable in each sub-administrative unit need to be decided. How much a particular area town is there, so more density of dot will be there. If the rural area is there, so dots number will be less. We have to consider these things. Some precautions we have to take also while using dot method, like size of dot should be uniform. Bigger dot means bigger population. Distribution of physiography, water source, transport, where we can put the dot in that way. Water resource means dot should not be there. Mountain is there, so dot should not be there. While showing the population distribution, rural population is shown by dots and urban population by circles. It means circle is there, it means urban population is there. Now make friendship with maps. See here, index is shown, small dot represent 10,000, and in Amravati town, which is the biggest dot representing 5 lakh population. Achalpur 1 lakh population, small dot, and Agangaon, Varud represent 50,000 population, which are much smaller dot. Chikaldara Taluka sparse population, that why smallest dot. Choropleth method now. Here we use color shades. In this map, the data regarding various geographical variable is shown by shades or tints of various colors. The different category of colors represent different values. The data used for these variables is obtained through various processes such as measurement, serving, etc. In this method, only one value is given to one sub-administrative unit in a region. Like dark color is shown, to whole dark color the population is similar. Smallest and largest value of a given data of the variable are taken into consideration. The dark color have more population, the more variables density, and the smaller have less. Black and white pattern is also used over here on the right hand side, black and white pattern, and on the left hand side we have shades. The density of the population can be shown: more than 400 darkest, less than 100 light in color. So wherever the dark color is there, the population is more. As the darkness of color is less, the population is going to be less. So here Amravati and Acharpur Taluka have density more than 400. That's why they are dark in color. Anjangaon, Surji Taluka have density 300 to 400. That's why they are less darker. Chandanpur Bazar, Morshi, Varud, Dharyapur, Dharni have less density 200 to 300. That's why they are more lesser darker. But Kuli, Nandargaon, Kandeshwar, Chandrapur Railway, Tiswar, Dharmgaon Railway Taluka between 100 to 200. Chikaldara has the lowest, less than 100. That's why it is lightest in color. Chikaldara you can see over here now, yellow, less than 100. Now isoplate method, where isobars, the lining joining the same variables, are used. The contour map and isobar maps distribution are shown with the help of lining showing equal values of the variables. When the distribution of a variable is continuous, for example altitude of the same area, temperature in the same area, rainfall, isoplate method is used to show its distribution. The same lining is showing that in this area the value of the variable like altitude, temperature, rainfall are same. Here it is shown Amravati district average rainfall. It is assumed that difference between altitude or rainfall of two places changes at a uniform rate. The sub-administrative area is not considered over here. Statistical data belongs to respective place. They are known as point-related data. Of particular point, the value is different. Values of the variable are written on the map at their respective location. If the data for more variable is available, mapping of the distribution can be done more accurately. At the lining, the value is given 1300, 1200, 900 meters, and even the color is changes. 1300 is representing highest rainfall, 1300 mm. The lowest is 800 mm. And the part area touching by the same line show they have common variables. Means the rainfall is same over there. Here the location is having same value of the rain, 800. If the lines are closer to each other, it means they are strips. If the lines are far away, means they are gentle. Means the variable changings are slowly over here, and above on the north the variables are changing very fast. We get an idea of natural trend of the distribution of the variable with the help of this map. We can easily recognize it. In this isoplate map, we note the following points. What are they? The rainfall is maximum in the northern part of the map, that is 1300 mm. After that it is decreasing 1200, 1100 toward the south side, and the lowest is 900 or 800 toward the southern part. Makes friends with maps. This is the Kolhapur district's rural population is shown. Here, chloroplate maps are used. Density is more than 400 over the center and the eastern part of the region, decreasing to less than 200 to the extreme north and south. See, extreme north and south side, the population is decreasing, so density of shade is less. And this area, their population is less than 200. That's why shades are lighter in color. And where the population is in this area, Radhanagari and Gorgati, the population is more 200 to 400. That's why it is more darker. And in the area where population is more than 400, it is the darkest in color. Shade is very dark in color. This area, the shades are very dark. You can see more than 400 population. So we can able to understand the distribution of map with the help of choropleth method. Now we are using isopleth method to show the rural population of Kolhapur. Sorry, it is rainfall. Rainfall is 2400 mm towards the western part. It is the highest in that area. It is highest, and it is decreasing toward the east 600 mm. The lining joining indicate they have same rainfall. Highest is 2400 and lowest is 600 mm. In this category, we can segregate. This is based on isopleth method because the lining is showing over here. One more, try. Draw the map using dot method of this area of Nandurbar. What we have to do? We have to trace it with the pencil. And now look at the population table. On the basis of this statistical information, we can use highest and lowest population value. Now we can put the dot, okay, for each administrative unit ya taluka. How we are going to do that? With the help of pen, refill pen. Take the refill pen at the back side, put the cotton over there and press at the end of stamp pad and draw the imprint on the dots on the map. Where the highest population, more dot will be there. Where the low population, less dot will be there. One dot represents 10,000 people. The density where is more, so number of dot will be also more. Where density of population is less, number dot is also less. Now importance of field visit in geography. By field visit we learn lots of things. There is a relationship between field visit and geographical understanding. We can experience directly of geographical factors through field visits. So it is very important for correlationship between humans and environment to have field visit. So let's take how to do the preparation for field visits. We have to decide the area, where we are going, what the purpose, decide the element which we are going to visit over there. We have to decide it, what we are going to do. Study the location of the area, route map, how we are going to go there, distance, how the transport route, how we are going to means of transport, duration of the field visit, timing. It should be planned ahead. We have to do the preparation. Students should have a questionnaires with the help of teachers. What question we are going to ask there to visit any place, any officer area or fort or something. Field visit are considered are organized by teachers. For example, physical landform, river, bank, dam, coastal area, these all things. Even village, forest area, museums can be done to gain knowledge about geography. The element should be selected after studying the local condition. The necessary permission have to obtain before visiting that area. And what are the preparation we have to do? We have to carry notebook, specimen questionnaires, pen, pencil, tapes, compass, map, camera. We have to carry it in our bags while visiting an area. Precautions to be taken during field visits, which is very important. We have to ensure our safety as well as our friend safety during the field visit. We have to listen to our teachers' instruction, what they are saying, we have to obey them. We will not go without permission to unknown place alone. Some students are going, oh, we are smart, we will go here and there. That's wrong. Understand the local circumstances. We have to learn from the people. We should not harm their culture, their ethic values. We should not harm the environment by throwing, by spitting. We should carry the first aid if we get injured. So these all are the precautions we have to take. Report writing. A field report should be written on the basis of information obtained after visit is complete. We have to give to teacher and the marks is there. The following points is necessary. We have to add photos, informations, introductions, how we have gone there, where we have stayed, physiography of that area, climate of that area, population of that area, environmental problems and how to overcome land utilization, whether farming is going on, etc. Conclusion and other points can be done. Educational field trip letter sample. If suppose we are going to some area, we have to take permission before going. So how we are going to write? The director, organization name, address, city address, request letter for educational trip of class, particular standard we have to mention. We are 9th standard students. We seek permission to come in that area, dam hai, museum hai, wherever. So we need permission. So dear sir, apart from traditional lecture, field visit a part of our curriculum. In this regard, students of standard 9th of our school along with their teachers wish to visit your institute. We can give the strength of the student also. Timing and date should be mentioned before when we are going to reach over there. So kindly confirm